Yo, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us on another episode of
The
the
Three
Three
Admirals.
Admirals. It's your boy Jerome, joined as always by Josh, Kevin. As always, this episode's brought to you by House of Otaku. You can hit up houseofotaku.com if you have any anime needs or follow us on Instagram. But with that being said, chapter 993, it was a big one. It felt like it wasn't going to stop.
That's
Uh,
what she said.
I love it. And I like that you jumped in, Kevin, because you're actually going to pick up the summary for us this week. So why don't you get us straight into it?
All right, thanks for that intro, Jerome. My first time doing a summary, but so I'm excited and let's jump in. So, like Jerome said, this chapter is packed with everything. I kind of saw this chapter being divided into 5 parts. Let me just break it down right now. So, the theme of the chapter is Wano's dream, and it's really seen throughout the chapter with the people of Wano first starting out at the fire festival, just having a good time and enjoying it. They're living the dream, they're all dreaming about living outside of Orochi's grasp, enjoying the moment, drinking sake. Yo, it's lit, like they would say. Anyways, I'm excited to see with that first part. I'm really excited to see how that's going to play out in the anime for all you anime viewers. Because so far in the anime, what they've shown is Wano in despair, like sad, polluted water, just very dark and musty. But now what you see is Oda actually showing Wano in full of hope, love, and just having a good time. And it kind of brings me back to that time at the very beginning at chapter 918 when Luffy said, by the time I leave this place, it's a place where you can eat as much as you want every single day. And so that kind of brings us right to where Luffy's at and where the Straw Hats are at, right into Onigashima. So that's really the second part of the chapter. On the second part of the chapter, you have Drake, Zoro, Robin, and Chopper, who are just seeing the horrible events of Queen. Queen's pretty bad. Queen is bad in a sense, like,
That's a
Queen
bad man.
is a bad man. Queen is a bad man. Like I was thinking Queen only had Mummy, but Queen has an even deadlier weapon called ice bullets. So that's Queen's greatest invention. From what we can see, it seems like it turns people into ice zombie and makes those zombies infect others just by a touch. And like Queen asked everybody, hey, lock it all down. I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to get out of this one. There's Chopper there. Last time Chopper came up with a cure real quick. My own personal belief, not supported by the rest of the group, is Chopper is going to have to give Queen that work. Doctor and infectious disease. I think so. Unpopular opinion. I admit, whatever. Let's digress. Let's go to the third part. And the third part, it really shows Luffy and Sanji progressing through the tower. And Oda does a great job laying out exactly where they were. So they've kind of been progressing through the tower kind of very slowly. Maybe it's the fact that they're a break.
I thought they were going to be way higher. Like
Yeah.
they're only on B1. I thought they were at least like maybe only 3 more floors away from getting to the roof.
Yep. And like I know as well, the breaks make it seem even longer, like as if they're not moving at all. But what you can see is that Oda is giving credit to the Beast Pirates. But what he's also doing is showing that Luffy's not helping at all and he's conserving his energy. And that's completely out of character for Luffy to just sit on the sidelines. He barely did that in Dressrosa as they were fighting up. And Oda wants to pay respect to Luffy. And when he's doing that, he's showing Sanji and Luffy arguing, saying like, hey, Luffy's telling Sanji, fight these guys faster, beat them up faster. And Sanji's like, relax, you got to fight Kaido, conserve your strength. And then I think Oda cleverly puts in an enemy for them to face, a strong enemy called Briscola, one who wore the gorilla smile. And you even see that character kind of do a gorilla punch. And Sanji acknowledging his power, saying, wow, that's strong. So kind of like Luffy's, kind of Monkey D. Luffy's elephant gun. You can kind of see a parallel there. And the reason why I just think that's so interesting is you can kind of see a gorilla fighting Sanji and Monkey D. Luffy, and Sanji specifically. So it's showing that like there's that tension. But anyways, let me know if that makes sense in the comments. But anyways, pop, here comes Jinbei. Jinbei's here, and I really love Jinbei stepping in because it really showed how Jinbei interacts with the crew and also where he stands and also how he's going to help them move past the floors a little faster while conserving Luffy's energy. So the first thing Jinbei does when he comes, knocks out Briscola. Sanji comes up and acts like Jinbei is Zoro, saying like, yo, why are you taking my shine? I'm just paraphrasing here. But Sanji's like, hey, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know you were here. So that is not what Zoro would do. That is not what any Straw Hat would do. And I like it. I think it works. I think we need finally a cool, level-headed Straw Hat member who can be like, hey, guys, it's all good. Let's just stick to the plan. Because anyways, that's just my own personal opinion. And I think Oda did a good job showing that. Yes, so then or during that part also, you see King, who's keeping an eye on everybody. And I really like that King is doing that because up until now, man, these Beast Pirates were taking the L buffet. People were just having their way, walking through, doing what they want. Even King was just like shaking his head, saying like, Queen, I don't even care what you do anymore. You're disappointing a few chapters ago. So now you have King actually stepping up, and Jerome kind of pointed out, he's the Katakuri of the group. He's the one who's the operations, and he lays out a perfect plan. He's like, listen, there's a lot of samurais. Kill Momonosuke, crush her spirit. I think that's a perfect plan. But then he's like, the pirates, that's something else that we need to deal with separately. And I think we're alluding and foreshadowing that King is going to be either facing Sanji and Sanji in the near future, but we'll see what happens with that. So again, this chapter is heavy. So we got a fourth part here. And that fourth brief part, you see Shinobu fighting off a concerted attack from the Beast Pirates to take Momonosuke's head right after King's order. And so Shinobu is getting that work right now. So, and rightfully so, like she's surviving a bomb. And then after that bomb, she steps into a crowd of arrows and she's basically on the ground telling Momonosuke to run away. And this plan is all by the armed corps of the Beast Pirates. So it shows that the Beast Pirates they're really a huge army. And seeing them now, I can see why Kaido and Big Mom have large enough armies to probably take down the world government. But seeing all of them now like this, ruled by Sasuke, it shows that Shinobu is going to need help. And then comes Yamato. So Yamato is going to be there. This is Oda basically saying, I'm not trying to swear here, but anyways, everybody who had a theory about Sasuke fighting this, fighting that, Oda just came and said, nah, bruh, nah, not today. Yamato is going to fight Sasuke. And you know what? Once again, he did it in a way that like you can't even be mad at. You're like, yeah, all right. It actually makes sense. Oda breaks expectations again in the best way possible. And then final part, the fifth part, you see after the after Power Scalers basically got destroyed and we're going crazy last week, seeing my 9 scabbards shine. We got Kaido waking up and man, he's just wiping off these wounds, laughing. Well, not laughing, sorry, but he's just calling them shallow wounds, saying that it didn't do anything. And the Scabbards were very focused. They saw Kaido down and they were about to take his head, but no, or he just got right back up. And what I think Oda did a really good job of showing is that what Kaido was really fighting was that Oden, that Kozuki clan PTSD. You know that Kozuki clan PTSD that Orochi had all those years? Guy's boiling water. He's frozen. That Kozuki clan PTSD is fire. And Kaido got some. He should have got a therapist. But anyways, he was fighting that. And that's what really brought him down. So that, along with the Scabbard's really valiant attack, I think Kaido just needed a moment to to get back up. I see a couple people saying that on the comments on my end that he has some restoration or regenerative abilities. I don't think that's it. Zone users are tough. They're just tough regardless. So all those hits that he took, I know a regular devil fruit, anybody would just eat that differently, but Kaido can eat those all day. It seems like he can eat those all day. And now Kaido's back on the... Yeah, you were going to say, Drew?
Yeah, I was going to say, and I'm not sure how this will come out in the official translations, but when he said you were too weak, that like really hit home for me. It was like, okay, I'm not playing around because, I mean, we all kind of are at the assumption now where the Scabbards have pulled out their ace. Maybe most of them have done their attack. We're still waiting on Denjiro. We're still waiting on Kinemon for probably another big attack. But when Kaido shakes off everything and says you were too weak, that was, ooh, gave me chills.
Yep. No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. I have nothing more to add to that. Josh, did you have something to add to that?
No, man. I mean, that was a great chapter review. Thanks for that, Kevin.
1 minute. I thought I was talking about that part. My bad. I'm not as good as you with this chapter review, but what you kind of get to see is Kaido rising and quickly firing back with one breath and just being thrown at the Scabbards. And the one who got hit was Kiku. And it's really interesting that Kiku got hit because I think Oda put the Scabbards in a position that one of them was going to die. I think everybody said that. But I think, again, Oda shattered expectations when he said, you know what? You guys know the Scabbards are going to die, but I bet you guys won't know which one. And if it plays out that Kiku is the one, this kind of was foreshadowed in chapter 985 when Kiku said, hey, to Kanjuro, my blade will chase you to the afterlife. And she wasn't talking to Kanjuro at that time, which we all thought. She was talking to Kaido. So maybe that's saying not after Kaido dies, maybe even after Kiku dies, maybe these wounds that the Scabbard did, if they die, this will chase them even after the battle is done, which leaves a great opening for Luffy, for Kid or Law to come in and fight him again. Anyways, so all that to say, no break next week. Let's rejoice. And Josh, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. That was a great review, man. That was excellent. You covered I think you did cover everything. So that kind of leaves me in a tough spot, but I'm definitely just going to take what I thought was things that stood out to me in this chapter, and we'll just kind of go backwards. We'll start from the end this time. Just Kaido. I think the biggest thing isn't that Kiku lost her arm; it's that her sword broke as well. I think that's a huge thing for people of Wano, right? When your sword breaks, that's like your soul. That's like who you are. So I believe that that's going to be a huge loss for Kiku. Again, I'm not sure if that means that Kiku is going to be the one to die, but I do think that this is going to be the beginning for a really hard time for the Scabbard starting next week. And as you said, there's no break, so that's going to be great. You also mentioned on King. I'm super excited to see what King has in store for us. He seems exactly as you said, very much like Katakuri. He seems to just understand the situation. He seems like he's getting stuff done, and it seems like he's at the very top. So as you guys mentioned, I didn't even realize until you guys brought this up, you and Jerome there, that we're only on B2. So obviously the higher we get, I guess the Straw Hats are going to end up stopping someone for Luffy to go on ahead. So I think that we're probably going to get a Jinbei fight. We're probably going to get a Sanji fight and a Zoro fight as Luffy proceeds up. That's probably going to be Queen. That's probably going to be Who's Who. And that's probably going to be King. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know who's going to fight who, but I guess Oda's kind of showing us that it's kind of he kind of usually always does this. Kind of reminds me of Impel Down in a sense, where we have stages and floors and stuff like that. So that's definitely pretty neat. But again, I mean, the chapter was really good, full of action, lots of detail. So this was a great chapter. I feel like Oda did us huge justice. The chapter was a little late this week, and it was definitely worth the wait. But yeah, I mean, those are the main things that I found from this chapter. Obviously, there's so much more. I'm sure Jerome has some things that I've missed as well. What do you think?
Well, there was just some things I was really happy about. we got a panel of who's who. Who's like my favorite flying six. And we don't really get to see him too much. He didn't really do too much, but it's just funny that he seems to be one of the Toby Ropo that are still interested in capturing Momonosuke. Like when they mentioned when King put the hit out on Momonosuke, it cut right to him in one of the next panels. So yeah, shout out who's who. That's my boy. There was another thing that I had seen. Let me just see here. Yeah, King just totally running the show has been really nice to see. It hasn't seemed like there's much leadership on the Beast Pirates. It seems like everybody's kind of just doing their own thing, not really in communication, but it's good to see that they do have somebody who's running the show. Yeah, that was about it for me. There was a lot of foreshadowing, I thought, in the chapter. The big thing that I thought was foreshadowed was the Scabbard's blades not being strong enough to do damage. If their blades aren't strong enough to do damage, who would be the next strongest samurai? I think case could be made for Zoro, possibly Law. You had mentioned Josh, like he's a swordsman as well, but we all kind of know that Zoro is going to end up having Wano ties in some way or another. I mean, it is interesting that Kaido said he made mention of. Let me just see here.
There will never be a samurai.
Yes, there will never be a samurai as strong as him, and it just kind of makes me think maybe Zoro will be the strongest samurai first, and then he'll be the strongest swordsman. Yeah, there was just a lot of deep writing work done by Oda in this chapter, and it really gets me excited for some of the action that we're gonna have coming up soon too.
You know what? I'm not a fan of that theory, but I will say though that if the official translation comes out and he says that there will never be a swordsman greater than Odin, then I think it's a clear indication for Zoro. But I thought that was interesting as well. I kind of thought for a moment he was gonna go actually in he was gonna change forms. I thought he was gonna change forms, but man, he's not even changing forms for these scabbards. And this is Oda telling us again, yes, I can make characters look amazing and then make them look just as bad. I make them look the complete opposite next chapter, and it'll all make sense. So this is just beautiful writing right here.
Yeah, and I remember a couple chapters ago, Luffy had went Gear 4, and Hirogoro had said he looked like a deity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you guys noticed there was like a blimp in the parade, and it kind of reminded me of Luffy's Gear 4 form where he does the thing with the hand, he pushes it like boss, smacks a couple people around.
I do see it. I see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that stood out to me too. Foodie, you you didn't even hit the nail on the head, you smashed a nail on the head when you said this is going to be good in the anime, because even just with the scan that we have here, like that shot of Wano during the Fire Festival, it's got me excited, and it has me like thinking in my mind what that would look like, and it's just like a beautiful spread in the manga, but it's probably gonna like really pop and come to life in the anime, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So watch out for that anime episode. So rankings, what are we giving this? This is the controversial part here.
I'm going 7.5. I told myself that was what I was gonna give it in the beginning, and I'm sticking with it.
Okay. What about Josh?
You know what, man? Like I'm actually, Jerome and I are usually on the same page. I do want to give it a 7.5 as well, just because this is gonna be my reasoning every single time. It's because I still don't have Kid, I still don't have Law, I don't have Luffy or Sanji or Zoro going all out. When we get those serious fights, when we get those chapters where, you know, we're starting to see what the Straw Hats can really do, then my 8s, my 9s will start coming out. I'm sure I'm going to have a 10 too sooner than later. So for now, 7.5.
You see, here's the thing. in the future, they're gonna look at the anime and they're gonna look at this video and they're gonna look at you guys and be like, "You gave that chapter a 7.5." So I'm talking to the future here. I'm not talking to the present. It is an 8.5 chapter. This one, the amount of information, setup, just the imagination of the beauty. Like when this will be played out in the anime, it's going to be one of the better like artistic anime episodes maybe of the year. Maybe of the year. People will just appreciate the Fire Festival just to see how they do a really good job of showing how messed up Wano is. I think they're gonna do just as a good job. I mean, they even got that village drinking water. They said the water
They finally got some water.
I know. That was
Come
wholesome.
on.
I
Yeah.
can't lie.
Come on, man. No, I'm giving it an 8.5. Yes, just like last chapter, I'm giving it an 8.5. This is the chapter that deserves that right now.
It was good. It was a great chapter for sure. And one other thing I wanted to kind of take away was when Kaido said he wouldn't mind if you managed to kill me. To me, that's just
Yeah.
this guy is so interesting. I can't wait to get his backstory. I really want to know what his obsession is with having this spectacular death is, you know?
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Do you guys see the Kaido flashback coming before or after chapter 1000? Because we're almost there, only 7 left.
I want to say after. What do you think? You think before?
Yeah.
I'd say after. I know, Kevin, you're going to say before, though.
Yeah, well, I was wrong because I predicted in the group chat that it would happen this chapter, but I was wrong. And I'm not sure what Oda is really doing with the Kaido flashback. Because I thought the reason why he was letting the scabbards hit him is because he was just thinking back to a time when he was thinking back to his reasons for being a pirate. And I thought he'd need to will himself up again. But no, he's that PTSD, man. That Kozuki clan PTSD is crazy. But yeah, I'll say before 1000 though.
You think before?
Yeah.
I think that we're just gonna get the tragedy extremely soon. I think we're gonna get to the end of Act 3, and I know Act 4 is most likely gonna be the bulk of the climax, the big fights where we've all been waiting for since Punk Hazard. And I think at some point during that act is when we're probably gonna get Kaido's backstory. But again, you can't predict Oda. Never. So who knows?
What's
1
really
minute.
interesting is on the cover of the chapter, it said the climax of the 3rd act is upon us, and that kind of stuck out to me too.
Yeah.
Because they're saying it's the climax now, but then we're still on B2. So I really have no idea how much longer this is going to take. I'm starting to believe more and more that everything is going to end in Onigashima or if it doesn't end right away in Onigashima, it's going to end very fast after Onigashima. But if they're still on B2, I think it's going to take some time for us to get into the Luffy Kaido action unless they start really moving.
True. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're on B1 and Kaido's above floor 5, right? That would make sense. So yeah, we still got a few floors to go through. Yeah,
They're on
I
B2.
mean
They're actually on B2, Josh.
B2. Okay, I definitely
No, B1. My bad. B1.
no
Sorry.
no worries. No, it's all good. I mean I definitely I don't want to think that everything's gonna end here. But as you said, Jerome, is starting to look like we are dragging, and it seems like it very well that could be the case. But I still think that there are major players that are not even on the island yet. So I'm sure Tama's going to have something to do with the climax of Wano. I don't think she's someone. There's also I think there are 2 other swords that are still not being used right now. And I feel like they were introduced in Wano. I think they'll have to be used in Wano. I don't know. So we'll see. There's still that one person that came with Marco. We still haven't seen them yet. A lot of people think it's Scopper. So, hey, who knows?
Momonosuke's got to meet Bonnie.
Bonnie, I'm telling you, Foodie, I know you're not a believer, but I'm a believer.
I know. And then we got even more foreshadowing for Momonosuke. knowing that he's not strong enough to help out, knowing that if he wants to be Shogun, he can't back down, and there's no way he's going to do that when he's little. So what's going to happen? Bonnie's going to come through with that devil fruit.
Mm.
Mm.
Gonna age our boy.
Going to age our boy.
Yeah,
But
we
we'll
can
see.
all dream.
We'll
We
see.
can all
We'll
dream.
see. We can all dream, but I'd put money on it.
I put money. I'm a betting man. I put money on it.
Anyways, anyways, Jerome, take us away.
But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. If you guys like the video, please like, subscribe. As always, comment, drop a F in the chat for Kiku's arm, RIP. But yeah, take care, everybody.
Take care,
Bye.
everyone.